Hi everyone, my name is Melissa van Dijk, and in this video I want to show you how one small line on a chicken label can completely change what you think you are buying. You can pick up chicken that looks simple and familiar on the shelf, but once you turn the package around, you can see that it has been changed in a way that can affect your skin, your body and your overall health without you realizing it. Now my friend Wendy sent me these images from Walmart in the United States, and I really appreciate that she did, because this is such a clear example of something you can easily miss while shopping. And I want to walk you through 3 different chicken products side by side, so you can see the difference between plain raw chicken and a fully cooked seasoned chicken, especially when it comes to sodium. Okay, let's start with the first one. Now, this is a raw whole chicken from Sanderson Farms. When you look at the front of the package, it says 100% natural and no added salt. And then when you turn the package around and look at the nutrition label, you can see that it says sodium 70 milligrams per 4 ounces raw. The label also says not a sodium-free product. And this is where it can look confusing, because you see the word sodium and assume that something was added. But then you look at the ingredients and it simply says chicken. That means the sodium listed here is naturally occurring sodium in the chicken. It does not mean salt was added. So this first option is a plain raw chicken. And if you cook this yourself, whether you roast it, boil it or prepare it in your own way, you are in control of what you add to it. You can eat it plain or you can season it yourself. But at least you know exactly what you are putting on there. That is why this is the better option if you want to keep the sodium lower. Now compare that to the second image. This is a lemon pepper flavored, fully cooked rotisserie chicken. It looks convenient because it is already cooked and seasoned. You can take it home, warm it up, or use it for your meals. But now look at the sodium. This label says sodium 400 milligrams per 3 ounces. That is much higher than the plain raw chicken. And when you look at the ingredients, you can see why. This is not just chicken anymore. It includes ingredients like water, salt, sugar, lemon juice powder, chicken broth, seasonings, and other flavoring ingredients. So yes, you're still buying chicken, but now you are buying a prepared and seasoned chicken product. And that changes the sodium. But what is interesting is that even within rotisserie chicken, the sodium is not always the same. It really depends on the flavor, the seasoning, and what was added to it. You can see that clearly when we compare it to the traditional rotisserie chicken. This one has sodium 250 milligrams per 3 ounces. So compared to the lemon pepper version, it is lower. But it is still much higher than the plain raw chicken. And again, the ingredients list shows that it contains added ingredients, like water, salt, seasoning, and flavoring ingredients. So when we compare all 3, you can really see the difference. The plain raw whole chicken has 70 milligrams of sodium per 4 ounces raw. The traditional rotisserie chicken has 250 milligrams of sodium per 3 ounces. And the lemon pepper rotisserie chicken has 400 milligrams of sodium per 3 ounces. The serving sizes are not exactly the same, so this is not a perfect one-to-one comparison. But it is still very clear that the prepared and seasoned chickens contain much more sodium than the plain raw chicken. This is why reading labels matters. If you are using chicken for meal prep or eating it several times a week, that sodium can add up very quickly. And it adds up even more when the rest of the meal also contains added salt, like in sauces, dressings, if you are using seasoned potatoes or vegetables with dressings. And from a skin and body perspective, this matters because it is usually not one salty meal that throws you off. It is the repeated high sodium intake over time. For some of you, that can show up as feeling more puffy, bloated, swollen, or like your body is holding on to water. And this also matters for your overall health, because when sodium stays high over time, your body has to deal with that. So the next time you're shopping, turn the package around and look at 2 things: the ingredients and the sodium line. Does it just say chicken, Or do you see salt, broth, seasoning, flavorings, sauces, or other added ingredients? That one label can tell you the difference between the food itself and the version that was created with what was added to it. And once you understand that, you can make a more informed choice. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!